Class 9th. In the previous class, we have discussed about the force. So please tell me, force, what is the SI unit of force? SI unit of force is Newton, represented by capital N. And force is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? Yes, force is a vector quantity. Force has magnitude as well as direction also. So we are going to discuss about the types of forces. Forces are of two types, balanced forces and unbalanced forces. What are balanced forces, sir? When the resultant of the forces acting on a body is zero. When the resultant of the forces acting on a body is zero, then we say the forces are balanced forces. What I mean, suppose we have taken a box. On this box, force FA is acting 100 Newton in this direction, and another force FB of the same magnitude 100 Newton is acting on in this direction. So how much will be the resultant force of these two? So resultant force F equals to FA minus FB. Why I have taken negatives? Why I am taking the difference? Because these two forces are acting in opposite direction. If we take the direction of this A force positive, then obviously sir B will be negative, opposite. So that is why I am taking the difference. So 100 minus 100, 100 minus 100, this will be 0 Newton. So as a balanced forces, balanced forces are the forces whose resultant is 0. Or we can say when the resultant force on a body is 0, when the resultant force on a body is 0, then the forces are said to be balanced forces. Resultant will be 0 in case of the balanced forces. Forces, let's say FA is of 100 Newton and this FB acting on this is of 40 Newton. You can see FA is greater than the FB. So sir, the net resultant force F equals to FA minus FB. This will be 100 minus 40, and how much it is? Yes, it is 60 Newton. So here the resultant force is not 0. Here the resultant force is not 0. So these forces are unbalanced forces. When the resultant is not 0, then the forces are unbalanced forces. So how we can define unbalanced forces? Unbalanced forces are the forces whose resultant is not 0. We can say like this also in the simple language. And in the proper definition, we can say when the resultant of the forces is not 0, if the resultant of the forces acting on a body is not 0, then the forces are said to be unbalanced forces. Forces are acting on a body, then the body will remain in its state. From the state, I mean, if a body is in motion, it will remain in motion. If a body is at rest, it will remain at rest. So in case of when the balanced forces are acting on a body, then the body will remain in its state. I am not writing complete point, I am writing in a short. Next state. Second, the speed of the body will not change. Speed of the body will not change because of the balanced forces. Speed of the body remains same. What else? Yes, one thing happens. So because of the balanced forces can change shape and size. Of the object. Now, if we talk about the unbalanced forces, because of the unbalanced force, the state of a body can change. If a body is at rest and the unbalanced forces are acting on it, then the body will come in motion. If a body is in motion, because of the unbalanced force, it can come at rest. So state can change. State can change. What else? So speed can also change because of the unbalanced force. Speed can change. Why I am writing change? Because the speed can increase also, speed can decrease also. So that is why I am writing only speed can change. What else can happen, sir? One more thing, sir. Because of the unbalanced forces, when the unbalanced forces are acting on a body, then Direction can also change. Can change direction of the body. Can change direction of the body. Direction of the body. So this is the detail. What will happen when the balanced forces are acting on our body? What can happen when the unbalanced forces are acting on our body?